Welcome, guys, to the I Love Wrestling podcast. I'm your host, as always, Justin Wright. We're welcome back with Strictly Business, Brandon Barretta. How we doing, man?
Doing great.
Blessed to have you back on here.
Oh, it's blessed to be here.
It's been a couple months. What you been up to in the last month?
Man, it has been a trip, to say the least. From last time we talked, I'm still undefeated here at NWA Exodus Pro. Got the highest winning percentage in all of the NWA. And going forward, I'm leading into what we're looking at with Dante Casanova. At the next Exodus show, I get my first shot at the NWA Midwest title. And it's not just a title opportunity, but it's also putting my winning percentage on the line because it is easily the biggest match I'm going to have here at NWA Exodus Pro. And over the past couple months, I've kind of been working up towards that, whether it's been at NWA WLW down in St. Louis, whether it's been SICW in St. Louis, whether it's been going down for OVW. Like, everything I'm doing has been building up to this moment at this next show and just challenging myself. And that's what it's been over the past couple months, just a constant push and a constant challenge.
Okay. How are you feeling coming out of this last Exodus show, and now how do you feel going into this one?
Well, the last Exodus show, the fans, they had a little bit of hope that Mike from State Farm would even be able to beat me, and I clearly had to show them, like, that is not a chance. Sir. So I was already confident going into that show, but I'm even more confident leaving the show because now I just proved you guys wrong. So.
Okay. What is your biggest expectation out of tonight?
Well, tonight, I'm going to stake my claim against Dante Casanova.
Okay.
So.
And as far as Dante goes, do you have any words you'd like to express to him?
The same words that I used at WLW after beating the Deliverer Moses, I will use against Dante Casanova, and that is business will deliver.
Okay. You mentioned OVW. What's your time been like there so far?
It's been great. Actually, just last week, got a little victory over a competitor, Anthony Toatelli. Mm-hmm. He is, I believe, an Indiana guy, kind of out of the Chicago, Indiana area. But it's been great down at OVW over the past couple months. I've really been changing things up there. They're really starting to see more of the business side of Strictly Business. Being against guys like Toatelli, I can wrestle them down.
Yes, sir.
Where if I'm wrestling someone of the size of Donovan Cecil or these Mount Kadeems, like, it's a little bit more of a challenge for me to kind of chop a tree down like that. But working someone like Toatelli, we both have an amateur and what we call a shoot background. So it's more of a competitive match, and those matches are the ones that excite me. So being at OVW and getting that more competitive style is what I've been really enjoying.
Okay. How long do you think before we see you with the championship gold at OVW?
I think the sooner I get an opportunity, the sooner it happens, right? So as long as I keep winning and doing what I'm doing now, I think it would be sooner rather than later.
Okay. As far as tonight's card goes for Exodus, what do you think, like, the dark horse match is going to be? Which one do you think could steal the show?
That is a good question because there are a lot of matches. This is one thing about Exodus. I'm just going to put us over real quick. NWA Exodus Pro, we call ourselves the top territory, and every single time we have a show, we just raise that bar even more. And that's not just something I've been saying myself. I've had fans tell me that. There's multiple fans that watch our product that have told me that every show is just better and better, and also every show is a sellout. We're on a streak with that right now, and there's not a whole lot of independent promotions that are constantly selling out shows. There's also not a whole lot of independent promotions that are streaming on the NWA YouTube and getting well over 20,000 views every single time consistently. It's just not a thing.
Doesn't happen.
So NWA Exodus, every time we have a show, every match it's doing its part for the show, I think any of the matches could be a dark horse. Obviously, one that I've got my eye on is Dante Casanova and Anthony Green. But one that also is kind of piquing my interest, just storytelling wise, is going to be this battle royal. The Toga battle royal. As much as people will say, "Oh, it's a gimmick match" or "it's this," but it's not. This is an opportunity for them to challenge, Cristiano for his crown, and I don't know if you guys keep up with him or have had him on or see him, but he's in the best shape of his career. He's not taking this lightly at all. So it's a match that any of these guys, whether it's Austin Molitalo or Hunter or unfortunately Mike from State Farm's in it somehow. But if any of those guys want an opportunity, this is their opportunity to challenge, for something that's worth something here. But I would say, hell, I didn't even talk about Calvin Tankman and PB.
I know that one's the one I'm most excited for. I'm not gonna lie, two big guys slapping me. There ain't nothing like it.
What is that? Biggie, fucking big meaty men slapping me.
Yep.
That's all that's.
I'm excited for.
That's all that's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
If I had to give you a definite answer, the women's match is gonna be really good too. Tiffany always has a really good match.
I'm paying attention to that one.
Oh my gosh. Man, I'm just gonna say the dark horse, one that you just won't expect to really set the show. I'm gonna say the Battle Royal.
Okay.
You even got freaking Hayden. Hayden's out there tonight.
Hayden, I'm excited for. Hayden, I've had on the podcast.
You got freaking Vincent Nothing versus Ashton Day. That's gonna be.
The card's stacked. We'll just put it that card is stacked.
The card is stacked.
So the right answer would have been all of them.
Well, yeah. Honestly, any of them.
Any of them
could steal the show.
As far as Casanova and Green goes, how does your game plan change for next month if Green walks out champion?
The thing is, the game plan doesn't change.
Okay.
Business plan stays the same regardless of who it is, because it's not them that I have to worry about, it's me.
Okay.
One of the things that, on my social medias I've talked about before, if you see my captions, they're pretty lengthy, but I always, as soon as that bell rings, I hold the middle of that ring so I can act before you can react. And that's my biggest thing. I give, regardless of who it is, I give them no chance to even have that second to be like, oh, he's shooting a waistlock, or oh, he's grabbing my head, or, it's just, I'm already there. Then you have to think in the moment, how do I get out of this? I don't want you to have to think, how do I reverse this? Or, oh, I see him coming, how do I move out of the way? No. It's, he's got me, what do I do now?
Okay.
So my game plan doesn't change.
Sounds good. Brandon, thank you once again for joining us. Would you like to let these nice fans know where they can catch you on social medias and what's next?
Absolutely. So you got Brandon Barretta 98 on Facebook and Instagram, and then on X it is B_Barretta 98. That's where I run all my socials. So give me a follow on there. And then the next show that you will see me at today is March 15th, right? I got OVW on Thursday, so you can catch me on Rise live on YouTube or any of the streaming services they use. Or if you're lucky enough to get their TV in the areas they do broadcast, you can do that. And then next weekend, Dothan, Alabama for NWA.
Sounds good. Thank you, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing you everywhere you're at and maybe back here on ILWPOD.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.